Hello everyone. Today we are going to read in the Bible. Remember, in our Bible we are learning about somebody new this week. His name is Solomon. So today's Bible story is called A Wise Ruler. Two women came before Solomon. They were holding a baby between them. There we go. There they are. They had both had babies at the same time, but one of the babies had died. Now they both said that this baby was theirs. The king asked for a sword. There's the king, King Solomon. "Cut the child in two," he said, "and give one half to one woman and one half to the other woman." One woman cried out, "No, no! Give her the baby. Don't kill him. I would rather see her looking after him than him being killed." So there she said, "Don't cut the baby in half. She can have him. I would rather have that than the baby cut in half." But this woman just nodded her head because she thought this was a good idea. Then Solomon said, "Give the baby to the first woman. Don't kill the baby. She is his true mother." This is when people realized how wise and clever God had made King Solomon. Let's put our hands together, eyes closed. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for the beautiful day. Thank you for my friends and my family. Please help me to be kind and to be a good friend today. Please keep me safe from all harm. We love you, Lord Jesus. Amen. We're going to sing Who is the King of the Jungle today because we're going to be learning about jungle animals later. Let's go.
Who is the king of the sea? Baba, baba, baba. Who is the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? I'll tell ya, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Baba, baba, baba. Jungle. Who is the king of the sea? Baba, baba, baba. Who is the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? I'll tell ya, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Baba, baba, baba. Who's the king of me? I'll tell ya, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Baba, baba, baba. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Baba, baba, baba.
Yeah. It's now time to do the weather chart. Our weather yesterday was cold and sunny, but today it's warmed up nicely, so we're going to take off the cold picture. Then today is not Monday anymore. What day is it today? It is Tuesday. So take Monday off. Let's put Tuesday on. And what number comes after 11? 12. Good job. And to make it 12, it's a number 1 and a number 2. And it's still May, and it's still autumn. Let's read the weather chart together. Okay? Our weather for today is sunny. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of May. The season is autumn. Good job, everyone. Now we are going to sing the months, not the months of the year, the days of the week. Let's go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the days of the week. Start each day with a smile, make each day full of fun. So let's make each and every day a very, very special one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the days of the week. The days of the week. The days of the week. This week we are learning all about awesome animals. Yesterday we learned all about the animals that live in Africa. So they live in the veld. We talked about the elephant and the lion and the zebra and the rhino hiding there and giraffes. And remember, when we were talking about the veld, we said that the veld has got lots of open space, that's got green grass and trees that are a little bit far away from each other. They're not on top of each other. Now today we are going to learn about the jungle. Now, the jungle is different to the veld because the jungle has trees that are all very close together. They've got big leaves that make all the trees very full. And on the ground, there's not really much space for grass because the ground is full of big bushy plants like this with beautifully colored flowers, which we don't really see lots of colored flowers in the veld. Now, in this picture of the jungle, there's lots of different animals. There is elephants and tigers, 2 tigers, jaguars, there's some monkeys. Hiding here, there is a black panther, and there's also lots of different colored birds. Now, today we're going to talk about 3 animals. We're going to talk about the elephants in the jungle and the tigers in the jungle. And we're also going to talk about the birds in the jungle. So 3 things. Now, first, we're going to talk about the elephant. Now, yesterday we talked about the elephant and we said there was 2 kinds of elephants. Can you remember what they are called? There's the African elephant and the Indian elephant. Can you remember how we can tell which one's the African one and which one is the Indian one? Remember, it's about the ears. The African elephant has big ears, and he uses his big ears like a fan, so that when he gets hot in Africa, he can keep himself cool. But the Indian elephant is a little bit different. Have a look. The Indian elephant has smaller ears. He doesn't need big ears to keep himself cool. Now, there's something really special about this elephant. People like to train it, to teach it things, and they use the Indian elephants to help them work. They train them so that people can ride on them. And they also train the elephants to use their trunk and pick up heavy things. Have a look here. See, have a look. This man is sitting on top of the Indian elephant, and the Indian elephant is picking up the heavy log because the man can't do it, so the elephant is helping. Now, like we said yesterday, the elephants are endangered, even the Indian elephants. So it's very important that we help to look after them. Next, we're going to talk about the tiger. There he is. It is. And there's another one over there. Now, tigers are like big cats. In fact, they are the biggest cats in the whole world. So they're bigger than the lion. But just like the lion, tigers like to eat meat. And what do we call it when an animal likes to eat meat? They are a carnivore. Good job. So tigers are carnivores, but they like to go and look for their food, not during the day, but instead they wait for it to get dark and they go looking for their food at night time. And did you know? Tigers are very good swimmers. Tigers love to swim. Now, do you think our cats at home that we can keep like to go swimming? No, man, they don't even like water. They don't like going anywhere near water. But tigers are very, very good at swimming. Now, do you remember yesterday when we were talking about the lions? Lions like to live in big families. Can you remember what those families are called? They are called a pride. But now, the tiger is not like the lion. The tiger likes to live by itself. Maybe he'll find one other friend, but he prefers to be by himself. Now, the tiger, just like we were talking yesterday about the elephant and the rhino, the tiger is endangered. But not really because people want to sell the tiger, but instead the beautiful jungle that the tiger lives in is being destroyed and broken by people. People are breaking down the jungles so that they can use that land, that space, to build new things like shops and houses, and they want to use the wood from the trees. So because the tiger is busy losing its home, there's not many left. So that's why tigers are endangered. So people started, just like with the elephant and the rhino, they started to look after the tigers. And now, in the past few years, there have been more and more tigers in the world. That's wonderful, hey? That we're getting more and more tigers. The last thing I want to tell you about a tiger. A tiger has what pattern on his fur? He's got stripes. Not like a leopard who has spots, but a tiger has stripes. And this is very, very cool. Every single tiger has different stripes. So there's not two tigers in the whole world that have the same stripes. That's pretty cool. The last animal I want to talk to you about today from the jungle is all the beautiful colored birds that live in the jungle. Now in the jungle there's lots of trees, and the birds in the jungle like to fly high to the top of the trees, and that is where they build their nest. Their house is called a nest, because they know if they're high up in the trees, the other animals can't get to them to hurt them. So they've got big strong wings so they can go all the way to the top of the trees and build their nests. Then, the birds that live in the jungle also have big, strong beaks. And you see their beaks. And they have these beaks because in the jungle they like to eat fruit. Look, there's some mangoes that they like to eat. But they don't only like to eat fruit, they also like to eat nuts. And nuts are quite hard on the outside, so they need strong beaks to open the nuts so they can get inside and eat them. And that is why the birds that live in the jungle have a strong, sharp beak. Now remember yesterday we were talking about the animals family. The elephant and the rhino have a family that is called a herd, and a lion's family is called a pride. Now the bird's family is called a flock. Now their families can be very big. They can have lots and lots of trees that they can live in, and they then build their homes in all these trees close to each other. But there is a little bit of a sad thing. Some of these birds that live in jungles are being taken out of their home and sent to live in people's homes. So people want to make them into pets. And then we don't have very many in the wild anymore. So they are also becoming endangered. Just like the tiger and the elephant and the rhino, people are not looking after them properly. So soon there's not going to be any left. Birds like this one here, I'll see if I can get you a better picture. It's called a macaw. People take them and sell them as pets. Do you think it would be nice if we take an animal that's used to living in the wild and put it in our home where it doesn't have the same space? That's not very nice. I'll show you a picture of this beautiful bird called the macaw. And because it's so pretty, there it is, all its beautiful colors. Because this bird is so pretty, people want to keep it as a pet. But it's not a pet, it's a wild animal. It needs to live in the jungle. So we need to start looking after these birds and stop keeping them as pets, so that one day the jungle will be full of parrots and macaws again. And also, just like the tiger, the parrots' homes and all the other birds' homes are being cut down because people want the wood for the trees, from the trees to build things out of, and then they're losing their home. But don't worry, there's lots of people who are working very, very hard to plant lots and lots of trees so that all the birds and the animals can have a home again. And that's why it's very important that we have trees at school and at home and where we play. It's important that we leave the trees, we let them grow, and we don't break them. Otherwise, where are the animals going to live? So we need to make sure we look after all the trees and the places that animals live. Because if we don't look after them, the animals are going to go away and they won't want to live there. And maybe one day there won't be any more of those animals left. So you must remember, look after the plants and the trees, and then all the birds and the animals will be fine. Our story today is called Sam the Scribbling Snake. Oh, I wonder if Sam is going to get into trouble with all of his scribbling. Let us see. One day, as Sam the Snake slithered along the floor of the steamy jungle, he found a box of sharp, shiny pencils. Super, hissed Sam. What a simply smashing surprise! With that, he picked up a pencil and began to scribble. First, he scribbled in the sand. Second, he scribbled on the flowers. Next, he scribbled up and down the tree trunks. He even scribbled all over the animals. There he is, scribbling on the plants and on the sand. Then look, he started scribbling on the animals. But look here, at least he took this tiger and coloured in his stripes. But he made a pattern. Look, he went red, green, red, green, red, green. So at least he made a pattern. And then look on the elephant, he's drawn glasses. And on the bird, he's coloured in all over the bird's beak. Do you think they look happy? Do you think they like being scribbled on? No, they look a little bit cross to me, hey? Something had to be done. Sam has lots of pencils, said the baby elephant. We must find lots of paper for him to scribble on. Before long, the animals came back with notebooks and pads of every shape and size, and sheets of paper. Stupendous, Sam hissed happily. I'll start slowly by spelling short sentences. Soon I shall scribble short stories about all my friends in the jungle. Sam scribbled so many stories that some were made into books and into movies. And very soon Sam, the scribbling snake, became a superstar. There. That was nice. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed learning all about the jungle and the animals that live there. I can't wait to see what we're going to learn about tomorrow. Love you all, missed you all, have a wonderful day. Bye!